Hi guys, welcome to another video. Hope you're all keeping well. Now for this video, I'm going to review a movie that I watched just the other night on Netflix. It's an American psychological horror movie. It was released in 2022, and it was directed by Chris Sivertson, and it stars Christina Ricci and Santino Barnard. And that movie is called Monstrous. Obviously, I haven't got a copy of the movie at hand, guys, because it hasn't been released over here yet on Blu-ray or DVD. So just basically just going to talk from memory and giving me thoughts, on the movie as a whole. Yeah. Okay. So Monstrous tells the story of a young woman played by Christina Ricci, who moves out to a remote house, in the American backwoods with her 7-year-old son. So basically, she's fleeing an abusive relationship, with her husband. Yeah, but once they set up, residence in the new house, it turns out that they encounter an even bigger monster. And that's when things really start to take a very, very dark turn. Okay, then, guys, that's the premise of Monstrous. So, on to my thoughts now on the movie as a whole. Yeah, it was a bad little American horror movie, and that, the creature effects, they weren't bad. They're a little bit cheesy, but they didn't really detract from the movie, in any way. And that, so yeah, great cast and that, particularly the character Laura, played by Christina Ricci, did a fine job, as did the lad, the boy who played her son, and also a great supporting cast as well, by the couple, the Langtrees, who actually sold in the house, So yeah, so I said you move into the house and that, everything's okay for the first couple of days, but then we find out that the son is getting visited by this rather creepy entity that seems to come from the lake outside the house and that, and invades the house, like when the mother's asleep and that, wakes the lad up and that. Yeah, like a watery kind of creature and that, that creeps into the house and that, So when he starts complaining to his mum about it, she dismisses it. She's a bit skeptical because, mindful of the way kids can exaggerate, young kids and that. But as the son becomes more and more, disturbed and that, and saying about like the monster coming into the house and that, she starts to wonder, is there anything in this and that, what my son's complaining about and that, So it starts to affect that. She gets this job on a typing pool and that, so it starts to affect her work and that, work starts to suffer and that, So she's called into the office by her boss and that, I won't go into too much about it, guys. I don't want to spoil it for you. Yeah, so basically, yeah, it revolves around as I say, like, the mother and the son and that, and getting played by this mysterious, watery, aquatic monster, but then you've got like there's an element of mystery to it, because you don't really know for certain is an actual monster, or is there something to do with like maybe the fertile imagination of the boy. We don't really know, and one of the things I did like about the movie, guys, I like the 1950s pop music that was sort of like rock and roll music that was peppered throughout the movie. It reminded me of Christine and that, listen to the old 1950s rock and roll and that, like, like See You Later Alligator and Mr. Sandman, Send Me a Dream. Yeah, so I enjoyed that aspect of it. As I say, great performances all around on that, and a great little story. It wasn't a fantastic, mind-blowing story, but as it wasn't a bad little horror movie in that, and I was very pleased to stumble across it when I was browsing through Netflix the other night, So yeah, lovely colour, beautiful cinematography, and but yeah, very, very creepy scenes involving this seemingly aquatic monster that creeps into the house and that, there are one or two parts in it that do drag a little bit, yeah, but putting those aside, guys, all in all, I did find this movie very, very entertaining and very enjoyable. I'd say not the greatest horror movie in the world, but I didn't lose any interest in that, and I did want to see what happened at the end. But a nice twist at the end, but I won't reveal what that twist is. You're gonna have to check out the movie yourselves to see it and that. Yeah, Monstrous is a movie that's got a great element, say, a great layer of mystery and suspense, running throughout the storyline, and you don't know what's going to happen next, and you really feel the boys fear, like unease about this monster, this watery monster. It's quite creepy looking, guys, the way they've done it, the special effects and that, this is it plays out like a kind of a 1950s B movie, a monsters B movie and that, but obviously with it being more modern. the special effects in the creature scenes are just that bit more advanced, if you know what I mean. Yeah, yeah. I'd say the musical scenes like are very reminiscent of Christine. You know, the Stephen King story about the haunted car, when a car used to start up and play the old rock and roll songs from the 1950s. It was very reminiscent of that. You know, so that added a bit of a fun touch to the storyline. And then you've got the couple who basically own the house and that, you know, they become more and more concerned the way like Laura's acting and that, you know, and the wife comes around snooping and that, you know, while the mother's out, and the mother comes in and catches her, you know, snooping around the house. And she makes some sort of excuse now, but Laura knows she's been snooping around the house to find out what's going on and that, you know. There are a couple of surreal scenes as well scattered throughout the movie, particularly near the end and that, you know. So if you don't like these surreal way out scenes, you might say you might like that part and that, but they're all conducive to you know, to a good story and that, you know, they fit in well with the plot and that. I enjoyed Monstrous so much that I might actually add it to my collection. Actually, there's a German release, there's a German Blu-ray release of Monstrous. So if you want to go on Amazon, if you fancy this movie, you want to buy it, go on Amazon Germany. I think it's about $14.99. Yeah. So, but yeah, I enjoyed Monstrous. As I say, it wasn't a great movie. Like, it didn't have me saying, you know, raving that, you know, oh, that was really fantastic. But it was a good little story in that, you know. And as I say, although the creature special effects were just itsy bitsy teeny witty cheesy, you know, by no means did they detract in any damaging way, you know. From the movie as a whole, the storyline. Yeah. All right then, guys. I'm going to give Monstrous a rating now. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. And as I say, it wasn't a fantastic movie. You know, I didn't love it, but then again, I didn't hate it. You know, it's an average monster movie. And as I say, very reminiscent of 1950s monster B movies. You know. So if you like those kind of movies, if you like your creature features, you might derive some enjoyment from Monstrous. Yes, a very well put together movie in that, you know. And Laura was a great character in that, you know. I really sort of like I was rooting for and that, you know, and of course her son and that, to get to the bottom of this mysterious aquatic monster that was invading the house and that, you know. And some real creepy scenes in parts and that, but it's got the fun elements as well, you know, peppered throughout the movie with you know, with the 1950s rock and roll music and that. Okay then, guys, that concludes my review of the 2022 movie Monstrous. Have you seen Monstrous? What did you think of it? Do you share my thoughts on it? It was pretty enjoyable, if not mind-blowing movie. Leave your comments down below, guys. I'd be very interested, you know, to talk about this movie. But yeah, as I say, I might actually add it to my collection and watch it again, you know. And but yeah, it's a good little movie and that, you know. So okay then, guys, that's it. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, the usual. You like the video, please feel free to share, subscribe, and all going well, I will be back. Oh, I hope to review my next video. I watched Late Night with the Devil last night. I'm not going to say any more about it. You'll have to wait and see my review to get me full thoughts on the movie. Yeah. Okay then, guys, I'll leave it there. See you soon. Bye for now.